you already gave it all to God in a past life and followed for what you thought was God. It got you burned, and since then, you have been real reluctant to give it up to God. Now, you were a young human being and you were confusing messages of God from God and messages from your ego.
Good morning and welcome now to Wednesday. Well, the universe has blessed us with a grand trine of Earth in the sky. That means what you think and feel is what will come. Today, Sensei has 3 great steps to manifest your abundant fertility. From my smartphone to yours, keep streaming for your Wednesday Namaste Today. Welcome to Namaste Today, a serious way to play each day. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, Christopher Witecki. I work in the modality of psychic astrology, and my personal mission is to stand in my heart, walk in the light, and promote peace on earth. Namaste, my friend, and welcome now to Wednesday Hump Day. Well, today is a very powerful day. We have what we call a grand trine in Earth up there. And what you think today will become reality. So thoughts do become things on this I Think day. So we want to manage our thoughts and we want to be proactive. And in your Megascope today, I'll give you some tips to manifesting fertile abundance. But first, let's take a look at your Zodiac weather. This Zodiac weather is for Wednesday, July 27th, 2016. Well, looking at the 5-day moodcast, tomorrow's going to be sunny and candy sweet. Friday is partly cloudy, but creative and quite dreamy. And Saturday promises to be sunny and feeling certain. And today, you are sunny and feeling quite fertile. Today, your thoughts are manifesting into things. Now, the Great Human Walk has reached step 5 Leo today. That means our ruling channel is channel 5, I think. And that means the ruling planet today is the planet Mercury. Now, our emotional focus is manifesting the future now. The moon is in Act 2 of Taurus, and there's a grand trine going on today, which kind of accelerates growth. And our mental focus is sensing God's great plan. Mercury is at step 25, Leo. So today is going to be an incredibly fertile day. And there are tricks to the trade to how to manifest more if you just focus your thought. In today's Megascope, I'll give you 3 steps to make sure that happens. But first, why not steep some tea and join me for our tea time? Hello, my friend, and welcome to our tea time. Today's tea time topic is falling in love with myself. Falling in love with myself. And that is not an egotistical thing, by the way. That is the greatest, most respectful thing you can do to spirit in your entire life is to fall in love with yourself. Now, you may think, well, a lot of people who are in love with themselves do bad things, or it seems like they do bad things. They seem to be in love with themselves. Well, that's a complicated answer. I would say no, it seems like they're in love with themselves. But there's 2 types of people. There's people who are seeking to love themselves, and so they go out and conquer and go farther and farther and farther to prove in the world that they love themselves, or to have more and more relationships to prove in the world that they love themselves. And then there's people who actually are in love with themselves like me. Okay, and we don't have to prove. And you might go, well, Chris, you're on camera. No, I'm going to explain. When you really love yourself and you really start to enjoy yourself, the first thing you do is want to share it. So that's another sign of people in the right reasons. People who are in it for the right reasons want to share it because they have so much of it to give, and they really do. So that's something to look out for. Now, I want to share what I mean by being in love with myself. It really is kind of a step from another topic I talked about, which is that love is a state of being, that you have to be in a state of love. You have to love being yourself, and that's like a diet of consciousness and goodness that you have to embrace to have, okay? And so we already talked about love as a state of being. When you fall in love with yourself, it actually is what happens after you've been in a state of being over and over and over again. So when you are in a state of love and a state of love, I love this and I love this broccoli and I love this TV show and I love Grapes of Wrath, whatever that came from. Those are all types of love states of being. After a bunch of those, you start to fall in love with yourself and being yourself. And falling in love, as you know, is a deeper state of being. All right. So let me give you some examples. Yesterday I talked about some of the things I used to do. Well, one of them was orchestra. All right. So I loved being in the orchestra. It was a state of being. I loved playing classical music. But when I watched that videotape of me playing and I saw what it looked like with me being on stage and stuff, suddenly I loved listening to the music because now I saw from a whole different perspective that I was responsible for it. And that made me just love what I did. And so I started to fall in love with myself for the things I did while I was in a state of love being or being loved or loving, okay? Another example was yearbook. I talked about yearbook. Well, I love doing yearbook. I love the whole graphics thing. I now realize it was kind of like the universe's way of getting me ready for the internet, which is kind of like interactive print journalism. You know what I mean? So learning about colors and borders and stuff. I do all my own websites, all that stuff. It comes down to yearbook. I loved doing yearbook. You had to make me go home. I loved being there. I loved doing it the whole time. But and when I won all Arkansas, now I know it was Arkansas, but like our yearbook was #1 that year. I was in love with myself. I was so proud of what that love had boiled down to. Now these are gifts with myself that give me the confidence to go on camera and share about love. These are private things. No one witnessed this. This was me alone, loving me, enjoying me, looking at my own accomplishments, loving myself for what I'd done, and only being able to satisfy myself. I don't care what people said. It wasn't even that I had won all state. It's that someone had noticed my work. They had noticed that I had done something, and I was grateful for that, and so grateful. And, you know, as you know, I'm not a person that's always dropping my awards or have them over on an altar back here because it doesn't matter to show them off to you. It matters that I did it for me. One other one, of course, to share with you has to do, with film school and going and doing film. It's like, again, when I started to make little films and I started to see what the little films did, really love myself. Oh, we have the dogs coming in here in a minute. But really, honestly, you know, as I got into the internet and I got into producing little videos and stuff as well, I have to say that my latest love for myself is just watching my own self. And I'm not saying that's arrogant. I'm saying that when I do something I love or give a message to that I love, I really sit there enjoying it like on 3 levels. 1 is like as a viewer, 2, like so proud of me, 3, loving my work. So the moral of this story is to fall in love with yourself. It's to put yourself in a state of being where you get to love being who you are. And you're going to find that by putting that self in a state of being, you begin to fall in love you begin to fall in love with who you've been, what you've achieved, what you've accomplished, everything. And that's the beginning of true, serious joy. We have a new dog I'm going to share with you on camera in a couple days, but she is whining right now. And I'm going to take 3 breaths and a sip of tea and channel for you what we call the Megascope. This is a little message for you to help you on your journey today as we open into our heart of love. Okay. Okay. So today is going to be a powerful day, actually, as Spirit shows me, and it has a lot to do with their mind. Step 5 rules the day. So you have to be very mindful of what your heart wants and mindful of protecting your heart. If you don't, your heart is going to be so vulnerable and hanging out there that it's going to kind of like misfire and go in different directions. So the heart has to be kind of managed. Now, what you feel today is what comes. It's a very powerful day of manifestation. Bella, I'll be right there. Our dog. And what that means is that it's important to manage your heart and stay in what your heart desires so that you actually bring some results. So today's one of those days where law of attraction is extremely powerful. So if you are staying in the bottom of your heart, you're going to law of attract, no options, no sales, no luck in the casino. But if you stay in the positive portions of your heart, you find the doors will open and things will be just fine. Right, Bella? Now, that said, I have 3 steps for you. 3 steps to solid manifestation. This should help you with your day. Step 1. Feel what you value most today. The moon is in Taurus. Know what you really care about and what you don't care about. Sometimes people get all, bitchy basically about everything because they're not getting their way. But if you really ask them, they don't want that. So emotionally, feel what you really value. Step 2, drop some zeros today. That means you want to put some boundaries around yourself and protect yourself. Once you know what you value, drop some zeros and protect those things that you value. Keep negative people away and give yourself the time and space to do things. And then lastly, step 3, open up. Open up to unlimited possibilities. Jupiter's at step 21, and that means the universe has a solution for you, but it's probably outside the scope of what you know. So you're going to have to open up to find that solution. Now, for my friends who are serious joiners and subscribers to their Serious Joy, today in your Daily Zen, I'm going to give you the 3 important points of manifestation. So how to manifest and the 3 things to keep in mind in your works. And for your eye candy, I'm going to outline what I believe you are manifesting today in your A story and your B story. So in both stories, what are you manifesting today? If you're watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. It does help us with our subscriptions. And also, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at cwateki. And if you'd like to be the bright star that you really are, we will help you every day at seriousjoy.tv. Come on down. We are grateful to be there for you. Be the bright star that you really are. All right, my friends, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in your life. I'm grateful you are in mine. Do remember while you're out there that I love you and live, love, be.
TV.
Can't find love? That day is over. With just 8 numbers, we can reveal all your secrets to sex and love. We call it Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. Find out the secret to your heart at secretsofbirthdays.com.